Okay, we're back. Alright, episode 2. Well, at least that I've actually started streaming. This game's been being worked on for at least a couple of years now. Where am I? There I am. And I realized, like, talking about it the first time around, I made it seem like, game development, it's like, oh, frustrating and blah, and playing games is more fun, but really, for me, no, it's actually a lot of fun. It's just hard to show that, even by showing people, like, hey, here's what goes into it. For most people, it's still not going to look fun, but it's hard. The fun in it is not seen. It's kind of the gears that are turning inside your head as you're doing it. I don't know if I can convey that. Maybe. So what we were doing last time, grabbing the ledge when we were jumping. Let me just show that actually working right. Come on. There we go. Okay. Yeah. And when we zoom, and then huh. Okay. So that works. Even going this way too. There's still a couple of things that are kind of janky about it. I didn't expect to get everything done the first pass, but a couple things that I want to clear up this time around is, okay, so we grab the ledge, fine. So then want to be able to drop, in addition to just getting up, we want to be able to just be able to fall off the ledge if we want. And so I'm just saying, if I'm pushing towards the ledge, like in this case the right key, he's going to get up, and he does. But then if I push the left key to drop away from the ledge, nope. Yeah, so that happens. So I got to fix that. And then the other thing is, when we do get up from the ledge, it's like snap, like the camera just kind of jerks up, and that's not great because it's like, as you see, as we kind of like change back and forth, the camera does nice little, just nice and kind of eases back and forth, and so then when we get up, it's like snap. Ugh, that's jarring. We don't want that. So I want to take care of those couple things. What I had from last time, I just cleaned up some of the code. I had a lot of variables and a lot of stuff. I just added some nice comments for what's actually going on. Still a couple of magic numbers. This I'll probably make some static variables or something, because they're not really things that are going to change much, but I don't want these. I'm going to forget what this was here for. But yeah, so basically as we're falling, shoot out a ray cast, a couple of at different heights, and then if the lower one hit the wall and the upper one didn't, we know that we're coming up on a ledge. And then we just do another ray cast to kind of get where the top of the ledge is. And then so we know where we have to pull up to if we decide to pull up. And then I just kind of added this state behavior, which is something that, so in Unity, when you have these, I can even see what this actually is. It's a state machine behavior. It's a Unity type. It's an extra behavior that happens when you're in a particular animation state. So any one of these things. So now for hanging on the ledge, then I have this ledge hang behavior, which basically just calls a couple of functions on the character depending on what you want to do from this state. I wanted to kind of add that function like over here where it would kind of like make sense to do, because from hang you can go to pull up, or you can transition back to fall. And I just had to kind of do this. I don't love it. So I don't know, there's probably a better way to do it. But anyway, I just kind of cleaned up. I can get rid of this here for now. cleaned up a little bit about how this looks. Still a little bit of cleanup to do, but what did I say I wanted to do? So there's, yeah, those couple things, those couple of bugs. And so, I don't know, the first one, the most egregious one, is the fact that I can't actually fall off the ledge. He's like, "Huh," and then, no. So if I'm just holding the left key because I'm trying to drop off the ledge, and what's happening is, so he does for one frame, he falls off, but then immediately the very next frame he re-grabs. It's like this. Where is it? How did I already lose my place? I really haven't. Okay, here it is, actually. Yeah. This is still true. So on the very next update, you fall off, let go of ledge. Okay, so now we use gravity, but then the very next frame he comes up, he's hitting this again and re-grabbing the ledge. We don't quite want that. So basically, I could add like a just, I guess, like a cool off, some kind of cool off timer. I don't love that. I say that a lot. I think of solutions I don't love, and then I don't end up coming up with better ones. But first pass, at least, because that was what I had. I mean, the first time around, this was more lines of code and more variables. So, but what's going through my head, at least right now, is, yeah. So pretty much have a timer, and say, when you do drop off the ledge, have like a cooldown of like maybe a split second or 1 second or something before you can grab a ledge again, and that way you will just drop off and then you won't re-grab right away. So I'll just kind of, I guess I'll add that as a member of the class. And so, yeah, I mean, I don't love it because then, how many of these members are we going to have? We already have at least a dozen. I don't want to keep kludging onto it, but let's say next possible ledge grab time. I like being verbose. Yeah. That'll start at 0. So, because I mean, the time since, yeah, that way it'll basically always be, when I get the current time, that's always going to be something larger than 0. So it means that value is always going to start in a state where you can grab the ledge. So basically, yeah, what I'm doing, checking the current time, I could do time.time or time since level load, which is like a Unity thing of like, since this particular Unity scene loaded. It really, in this case, it does not make a difference. I'll just say time.time, which I think is the current time in, what is it? Since the start of the game. Okay. I thought it was since 1979. That whole milliseconds since, I guess what C or C++ uses, but this will do just fine. Time in seconds since the game loaded, so I'm fine with that. Since the game loaded. And then, so when I let go of the ledge, I'll just add next possible ledge grab time equals the current time plus, let's give it like a 1 second. So it means you can't grab a ledge for another 1 second. That's the idea here. And that might be all I need to do. Let me see if that even just did it. Waiting, okay. Okay. Yeah. Although now I cannot, none of my inputs are working. That's weird. What animator state am I in? Idle. strange. I was not expecting that. I thought this was gonna go smoothly, darn it. Okay. Yeah, okay. Left, right, jump. Nothing does anything. He's stuck in that idle state. I'm not expecting it was a fluke, but what if I, like... What if I do something a little different? I'll just hold this and... Okay, no. He does drop off. Let me pause it here. Let me try and think what could possibly be going on. We let go of the ledge, we get gravity. Yes. Turn off this flag since we're not grabbing the ledge. And we should be, and we're in the fall state, we correctly land, but just the inputs, none of the inputs do anything. The inputs originate from the player controller, which is just an extension of this character controller class. Oh, do I have this on? No, I should not have that flag. That would explain it, but I don't know if I don't think I ever set that. Would explain it. Let me attach to the bugger. I hate kind of using it as a crutch, but it's just so good. Continue. Yeah, okay. So now I'll put a breakpoint in jump, because then if I press jump, yeah, okay. It detected the space bar. Let me take a step into here. What's going on? Ooh. That explains it. We still have this ledge hang behavior. And what I just said was that that should not have applied because we're not in that ledge hang state, but yet we still have it. That's the problem. Question is why? If we're not hanging from the ledge, we shouldn't have this. This reference shouldn't be to this state here. It should be null. Well, that's the problem right there. I want this on the left side. I just like that better. Okay. What dumb thing did I do? Yeah, even on state exit. So we're supposed to be exiting the state. Let's see, does this class have to do anything to... Yeah. Oh! I didn't just... That's it. Yeah. That's it. I think I found it. So... Normally, when these states end, they have to remove themselves from the character. They have to make sure they call, okay, character, set your animation state to null. Not a great way to do it, because then you get something like this to happen, but it's avoidable as long as I can say... just got to call back to the parent class. Oh yeah, and then pass all the parameters. And what's the third parameter? Yeah, it's probably going to be 0. I don't really do any. I don't really do animation layers. That should do it. Okay, so the game kind of spazzed out because it recompiled at runtime. I don't know why it even lets you do that. Although I think new versions of Unity, some new features actually want you to be able to edit at runtime, which sounds great. That whole data-oriented tech stack, I have to look into that at some point. That's for later, much later. Okay, so now that the behavior is correctly ending itself and telling the character controller when it's done, hey, character controller, you don't have an animation behavior currently. Let's hope that that resolved itself. Huh. Flump. And that's good. That's good stuff. That's we can now go up, and then we can just go back down. Yep. Yeah. 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 I like when things work. I don't grab onto these little ledges here, and that's by design. I don't want to. I think that would be kind of awkward and unnecessary. Just the way I'm designing the levels, you're never going to really need or want to do that. Okay, cool. Cool. All right. Well, so then, okay, then the other thing I wanted to deal with was that whole camera snapping up issue. Hump. Yeah. All right. So, what I'm thinking about that is it does that because the camera is programmed to just follow a particular target. If it's set that way, we can give it this little camera controller class I have. Give it a focus, which in this case is the player's transform, and then on its update, it basically just follows it. And it can, though, the reason why I don't just make it a child is you could want to particularly, and I mean, even if you have offsets, you could even make that a child, but in any case, I make it so that you can just kind of offset, and you don't necessarily want to follow the focus at all times. You might want to just offset a bit. You might, and then you can ease. So that's what doing that is what you see it like smoothly go back and forth when you change direction. And then in a case like this, when I do just kind of finagle with I just manually set the character's position to another position, and it's not that smooth, but I need to make the camera then just kind of smoothly do that. Okay, I'm doing a lot of talking. Let me just do some stuff. My plan is to... I can say that, okay, so I'm resetting the player's position to this. This is what causes that snap. I want to kind of have the camera remember the old position and then just gently go over to the new position. And so the camera... though I think... Yeah, okay. It's the player that... this player controller has this controls camera flag. Do I want just any old character to be able to control the camera? Maybe. Maybe. For now, let me leave all the camera controlling over to the player, because that's usually what I want, but maybe later I'll kind of break that out. Instead, I'll just kind of make these virtual so I can extend them, which I'm going to do. Let's just stick it anywhere here. And so this is, oops, I'm doing too much here. Let me just comment this out so I know. That's what the child does. Let me just. So this is called by, yeah, this is called by the ledge hang behavior, so it's fine. So I thought it might have been called by an animation event, and then I would question whether that will do the virtual table correctly. It probably does. I'll just do a little bit of thinking. I've been talking a lot and my mouth's getting dry. Hmm. So pretty much the idea here so far is to offset the camera such that when the player's position changes, the camera stays where it was when he was hanging on the ledge. That's step one of this. Like, I don't want to bring the camera along with him when he snaps up. And the reason why he does snap up is just some finagling with his pivot that I do. So what I'm expecting to see at this stage is yeah, then at least the camera, it shouldn't move when he gets up from the ledge. And no, nothing happened. I'm just getting hit. It should. Unless it's just totally not. I don't want that. Yeah. Get rid of those breakpoints. Wow. It's weird. I see a breakpoint icon here, but oh, all right, it's gone now. That was a kind of a glitch. Yeah. Okay. So. Right. So I don't even know if these tooltip things in Visual Studio show up on the stream. I need to see. But I'm looking at the values for, okay, the ledge get up position, 0.2 and 0, and the player's position is down. Yes, that's what I expect. So we have an offset. We control the camera. Oh, all right. It does work, but I think what's happening is the very next frame, the offset is getting overridden. All right, so this is. Alright, it might be working, but we have to then... The next thing to do is to give the camera an ease, which then changes its following behavior. Because otherwise, if it doesn't have an ease, it's just kind of going to follow what the players do. And but then still though, the camera should be offset at this point. And I think it is. I think it's a little bit lower than it was before, which is kind of what I expect. Let's see, because where is it when it starts? Actually, no. I really don't have any proof that this is doing anything. But is I want to be offsetting it so that it's looking at the ledge when the character is already up on top of the ledge. So when I call set offset, it does that. Okay, what is the offset by default, just out of curiosity? Oh, it doesn't do that because... It just resets its offset. Okay. Whenever I like change direction. Anyway, my plan from the beginning, let me just, before I totally kill it, before I even see if it works, was then to do something like this, except it doesn't have to do with velocity, but like if he's facing right or if he's facing left. Facing left. Or really, I guess if, yeah, I guess if that is what I'm... I might not even need, this seems like a, if the camera's, it might have a redundant thing here, but basically this. Actually, yeah, okay, so basically, have the camera remember where the position was before, and then ease over to where it wants to be. So remember looking at the ledge, and then as the character's getting up, I don't even want it to be 2 seconds. I mean, I probably want it to be quicker than that because the animation is quicker. Again, this is a magic number. I need to kind of put that into a variable so I can tweak it, but without having to. So basically, this will bring it back to where it's supposed to be over 1 second. So basically, let me just see if that does anything. Oh, never mind. I'm still... Okay. Huh. Uh, uh, hmm. I feel like there's a couple things going wrong with that. That didn't quite work. It looks worse now. Oh, okay. Because when I'm setting the offset the first time, I'm not taking into account the camera's current offset. Yeah, alright, okay. Yeah, let me just be a little more descriptive when I say ledge offset. And what I want this to be, ledge offset, and then... Can I get the camera's current offset? It's not exposed, I can just expose it. Let me just expose it. There. It's like I am kind of compounding offsets. I have a couple different offsets. It's confusing, but it's what's going on. So basically, I want to apply the ledge offset, and then, so never mind, don't even do that. Then go back to what you had, go from that to which one do I even want? Sure, whatever. It's like basically set your current position and then set where you're going to be. And because this one is instant, it just immediately sets the offset. This one remembers the old offset and interpolates to the new one. Alright, because I do keep track of that, old and new, which is what I need to do when I'm easing. Yeah, old, new. But if I gave it no time, it just immediately sets it. And so that's kind of what I'm wanting to do here. That might be kind of confusing to follow, but so much so that maybe I'm confused, but okay, just didn't have any effect that I It is getting hit, right? Yep, okay. Yeah, the ledge offset would be, okay, so like the camera wants to start looking a little bit below and to the right. Yes, that makes sense. Actually, maybe I have the Y position wrong, but and his current offset is just -2. Yeah, because notice he's further left than the character is, just to kind of see more of what's in front of him. He's 2 units in front of where the character, to the left of the character's current position. That's good. That's what I expect. We do control the camera. So we're setting the camera's offset. I think I have this wrong, this order. I think I want to say this minus that, but okay, so I should have just set the camera's offset now. And indeed I did. That is now updated. Go from the old offset, go to the new one. That's what I expect, yeah. Yeah. So I guess the question is, does this get bashed out again later on? Because so far what I'm seeing is it's like this happens, but in the camera controller during his next update. Okay, I don't know why that's getting hit a second time. From the ledge hang behavior exit, but I don't know where it was getting hit from the first time. I should track that. Okay, so then we're getting another set offset. Oh yeah, okay, that's from the second time that's getting called. Alright. Huh. Now we're down here. That's a weird frame to be stuck on. I never see that normally. He's just down there. Why is the offset 0? Oh. Oh. The fact that the function's getting called something's amiss. The fact that it got called twice, that this guy got called twice, is a problem. Yeah, okay, I need to find out who's calling him that second time. First time. Is this the animation event? It may be. Alright. That's a fairly quick fix, if that's what it is. It's probably on his pull up. What is this? I'll get it from ledge. Yeah, we don't want that anymore. Die. Okay, yeah, that can stay. Because we don't need that anymore because the animation state behavior is calling that for us. I really want as few of these as possible, but some of them I still have in there. Especially because what am I saying? Especially because I noticed it says 0 references here in Visual Studio, but actually it doesn't count the references from the animation events, so it's just a little more confusing. Alright, what happens now that I properly did that? Still nothing. Hmm. Sometimes it's the more of like the polishing that takes longer than the actual fixing the critical bugs. Like that ledge drop thing, I knocked that out quickly, and that one's like really bad. This one seems easier, and yet I do think that this is wrong. I did some weird copy and paste. Let's step through a little more. Yeah, okay. The offset that we want to apply. So the character is going to be, yeah, the character is going to be to the right and above. So that's why we're offsetting it down. So that checks out. Camera's offset, yeah. All right. I just want to make sure that the offset isn't getting like bashed out some other way. It's not. So yeah. But yet it doesn't seem to have the effect that I wanted. Nope. Hmm. We still get that snapping, even though I did the thing. Hmm. 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 I don't know. Hmm. Yeah, these values are what I want. And then so on the next frame, still don't really know why. Oh, okay, I kind of do know why that happened. The position didn't update yet, and the pivot change already. Okay, so the physics is like one frame out of sync with the rendering. I gotta figure out why that happens. But that is something different. I feel like the offset shouldn't be 0 because this seems wrong. Yeah, that's wrong. If you're going from 1/8 to wait a second. Oh boy. Hey, I think I found it. It's because I'm smart. Of course, it's something like that. This cubic in, so if we just take a look at this code that I haven't looked at in a long time, the only easing that I actually support right now is linear or quadratic. Cubic, and sine, I list that here as, but I don't actually implement it yet. So therefore, it always returns 0, and let me just say something about that. And then like, just to kind of say why. Just so that maybe that will catch my attention. To kind of call out, hey, you didn't implement that yet, but you're trying to use it. Oh boy. So really, then I want to say quad in. That would do it. All right. That explains a lot as to why things were not doing anything. It's because it didn't implement that and then didn't error out. All right, what happens now is the question. It did the thing that I wanted it to do. Huh, okay, and then, you know what? Okay, all right, but you saw that. I don't know if you can see it on the stream, but in getting up there, there is like one frame of we saw it before when it was frozen in the debugger. On the very first frame of the animation, he's like offset a little bit, and sometimes you can see it. But the whole easing part, that kind of does that. That's good. I see a problem with this though, is that if we are like mid, so the camera already eases if you change direction. And if you're in the middle of changing direction, if it's already doing an ease and then you want to ease again, it'll kind of just stop and then it won't pull it fully put the camera all the way in front of you. Normally it kind of gives you a long field of view in front of you. And so see, we can see like quite a bit in front of us. You can see like down the hallway, those couple doors up there, the washer and dryer. And if we turn away, then we see like the dining table. And if we quickly switch back and do this, okay, so the camera didn't catch up to us. It just kind of stopped easing from its previous ease, and then it just did the current one that we wanted. We kind of bashed out the old one. So I'm just going to I'm going to like retell it to do that. And that was what was going on here. Using the look ahead distance, we want to make sure that we look ahead the right way. And so I had this kind of put up there before. I'm going to do it again. And so it's not quite this that we want. It's like if the camera's on the right, then if the camera's not on the right, then we wanted to basically just retell it to as though we were giving it the change direction, go ahead and look in front of you instruction. And then this is basically just else. And I don't like that extra. Okay. So that should cover that case where we try and issue a new ease in the middle of a current ease. Yeah, all right, there, okay. So like, yep, all right, good, okay. Yeah, all right, so we're looking all the way there. If we fake the camera out and go back the other direction and then pull up the ledge, we should end up, yep, where we end up, as though we were just standing up there. Yeah. All right, I think that's a good. Okay. The last thing is to try and figure out why did he snap for that one frame he was off. Alright, so just to clean up a little bit more here, we only use this variable once, so I don't even need it. Just do that. I don't know if this... I'm curious if that was introduced by something we just did here. So if I comment that out, I'm just gonna try and narrow things down a little bit. Like, was he always off by one frame like that, or was it just from something that we did today? We're hanging. Oh, yeah, I gotta touch the debugger, just so I can get that frame by frame playback. Yeah, I don't want that hit yet. This little square here is part of my level editor. I'll go into that another day. Okay, yep, get up from the ledge. And then... yeah, so he was always doing that. It always was a thing. So it always was a bug, we just turned our attention to it. It just became more obvious after today, but it was always a thing. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but... I just want to play around with it some more. It's not always, it doesn't like always happen either, so that's really weird. But yeah, it's jarring when it happens. And it doesn't seem to, nah, it doesn't seem to happen anymore, like whether you're facing left or right, or if you're, hanging out on the ledge for a while or immediately getting up. Doesn't seem to matter. We just have like a one frame weird thing. I'm not going to really bother with that right now. I'll have to think about that some more. I'm going to have to think about that some more. That might not be quick to fix, although it is definitely something that needs to be fixed. Instead, I think I'm going to stop it here. Made some good progress. And yeah, that is it. Cool. If I end up thinking of the solution, I'll definitely show it off, show what I did next time, but otherwise you might just be back with me next time as I try and puzzle through it. Or maybe I'll just leave it alone and go on to the next feature or thing. Anyway. That's all for now, and I'll see you later.